They'll probably say, where exactly are you going with this? I see you really trying to take it there. Old school flows chew you out, ain't fair. Jordan pants don't...
Yo, what up YouTube? It's your boy Nazar back at you, y'all savage. But anyways, let's get into what I really wanted to talk about. See, I've been sick for a couple of days, so I haven't been really able to throw these videos out. But this one in particular just came up not that long ago, and at first I really wasn't going to respond to it, because at the end of the day, it's like dudes are dealing with clowns. And it's funny that dudes that run this same squad are allowing dudes like this to run their mouth reckless, because at the end of the day, I guess they feel like there's no real consequences. And I'm just going to break that down. And to be honest, in a lot of cases, there is no real consequence for cats like this, because they're never going to be on front line. It's like, in fact, they'll incite all this bullshit online, but when it comes down to kicking it off, they're the same cats that's in jail that'll run their mouth and they'll be like, yeah, we should do this, we should do that. And then as soon as it kick off, they're the first ones running from the gate. Oh, he had a knife, or he had this. You see what I'm saying? These type of motherfuckers. Like fools that got personal vendettas because they've been smashed on them. They got caught in the crossfire or whatever. So they build up a sense of hate. Like, so the whole thing I'm making this video is because this dude Bosco 100 is a clown. And that's not even being disrespectful. That's just being straight out. This dude is a clown, and most of the shit he say is satire. Like, this dude is constantly on the internet on somebody else's business. Like, he was on the dude from Detroit and the dude from Chicago. Like he got a sticker for this dude's honor. Just look at this shit when it comes to 6ix9ine. He was so back and forth. First you defending him, then you're not defending him. Then you're defending him, you're not defending him. And it's funny. This dude says something along the lines that we accept 6ix9ine because this dude is mexicano. He's half Boricua. And if you don't understand, it's like when homies are trying to push the line on him before, you had a gang of sangres, which are bloods, and even some that I knew that were like, oh, well, it ain't got nothing to do with the double S, that this dude is from a whole different state and this and that, and he's a damu, so, you know, basically to stay up out of it. And me personally, I didn't care about the dude. I wasn't trying to clout chase him, so I didn't make raps about him and do all that. I didn't care. All that test my gangster, he was talking to Bloods and Crips. That was his stilo, so I really didn't feel it was within my thing to even talk about. But now that dudes want to try to throw it back on the homies because this dude is Mexicano, I don't care. At the end of the day, you can be Mexican, but if you're trash, nobody's dealing with you. You may have dudes on the internet as far as like youngsters that really don't know the business, or they're just weak individuals, personally, just something within them makes them a weak individual. They accept that type of shit. And that's why I say it's a failed generation, because it should be the dudes that came before them that should be putting these dudes up on game and letting them know that telling ain't the way to go. But that's besides the point. My whole thing is about this dude Bosco 100. See, I made a video about this dude once before because he says something reckless, because he was verbally dick riding another dude that says something similar, which is funny because you're blood and that dude is a Crip and his brother's a fucking a Chester, but yet you want to take the same words out his mouth. It's funny, you never said it before, but as soon as this dude said it, then all of a sudden you jump on board with this dude. Like, oh, you know what, it's a little controversy, I feel like I'm safe, I ain't never gonna be out there in the mix. But it's funny because dudes like this constantly get reached out and touched. I mean, prime example, nobody really knew nothing about Bosco 100 until he got smashed. I mean, the dude was a rapper. I give him that. Some of his songs were actually kind of cool, but at the end of the day, still garbage. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and so nobody really knew him for that. So it's like when you hear his interview, I forgot exactly what channel. He basically told the whole get down between him and that dude Rosemo, and I'm not gonna get into that because that's none of my business. That's blood business, and I'm gonna leave it that way. But everybody knows the dude got famous because he got smashed on camera. It's funny, like this. If that's the case, there's a lot of dudes out there getting smashed right now on camera. I wonder why they ain't famous. What makes this dude famous is because he got smashed. He got smashed, you know what I mean? And then he went and talked about it. Like when he did that interview, he talked about exactly how it transpired, when it transpired, talking all types of whatnots. Like I said, it ain't got really nothing to do with me. But as far as like when you address the homies and say all Mexicanos are snitches, yeah, I'm gonna take up for that because that's something that I rock with, and you can see that in the background. And that just comes with the territory. A lot of dudes can say what they want, but if you could run in my shoes and still be who I am, then I'll give you that. And for the people that really know how I really go, and that ain't even running that double S, know that the road ain't easy. And if you can be this and still run that, I'll give you that. This ain't got nothing to do with the gang. This is just responsibility. You should take responsibility for the shit that comes out your mouth. Whenever you disrespect the double S, know that there's consequences to that shit. And it's funny because I constantly say cats like you that make these outlandish, flagrant ass fucking, comments, at the end of the day ain't gonna have to live with it. So whatever kicks up because of it, you don't have to live with it. So you'll have your little homies and their little homies take bullets or be out there on the front line warring, while cats like you stay in your little apartment outside of where, and that's the thing, nobody's gonna go looking for you because you're a clown. But the whole reason why I addressed the other dude when he said something about the double S is because at the end of the day, these dudes stir up a gang of shit for no reason. You had the dudes from East Coast in Florence. This treaty was unheard of. Nobody, that's like 18s and BPS and getting along. I stay out of that because I got friends on both sides. Always have, used to be all in the low bottom, so I know a gang of dudes. That's why when I see dudes like Bosco out here running his mouth about what he'll do, I've seen a gang of dudes just like him with a gang of mouth. You seen him slang them on camera, and he didn't have no slangums. You seen him slap boxing this dude, he didn't have no slap, just goofy as hell. And that's no disrespect for you, but you just do goofy and say goofy ass shit. So when you say things about clowns and this and that and clout chasing, you're basically a clout chaser and a clown yourself, because everything that has to do with you is about clowning. You feel like you should have to speak up on something, so you make stupid comments about people. It's funny that the one that says talking about another man is gay, but yeah, you constantly calling other dudes ugly. And it's funny, it's always the ugly motherfuckers calling another dude ugly. You know what I'm saying? You got a few gold chains on your neck, so now you're balling. You're a star. Oh, everybody wants to come at Bosco 100. Nobody cares about you. The only time anybody really mention you outside of the dick riders is the ones that when you say stupid things like the stupid shit you just said. For the people that don't know, this dude said something about Mexicanos being snitches and being allowed to snitch, and how 6ix9ine will be folded. It's funny, when you don't want to deal with him no more, now you want to try to kick him back. He's from the East Coast, so they'll deal with that. And trust me, he ain't finna be out there because they'll knock his noodles out. Now, if he was out here and he tried to play that, they would have got at him anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? That's, like I said, it's not to go into politics. It's just plain and simple fact. Don't let this dude Bosco pump you up, because at the end of the day, he's not finna be out there on the street, on the front line. He's not finna do a damn thing. He's not finna do a damn thing. I bet he don't even be in his city. He probably be in a whole different city, trying to kick it like in the outskirts of IE. Or if he go to Compton, like he said he was in that one, it's in the hood that he get. Like, dudes like this, that's why I say, when dudes be out there saying this outlandish shit, they ain't really with that, dude. They ain't really finna be out there on the front line. And that's the whole reason why this video, hopefully you listen to it and you can respond if you want. At the end of the day, like I tell everybody, I'm always out here. You know what I'm saying? Always out here. And I got a gang of rallies that fools can get at if they really trying to see what it do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a gang of rallies and a gang of cats that know me, if it's just that serious. This is just to address cats that constantly say stupid ass shit that can flame some shit up. You got this peace treaty, like I said, with Florence and East Coast. Nobody would have ever thought that would happen. But it did. As far as I know, it did. And right now, it's there. So we don't need no dumbass fools running their mouth about this and that to inflame something. And just to be, and let me just tell you something. You can say what you want about Mexicanos. And off the off chance that, you know, something might not happen to you, but eventually somebody will catch you and wreck you. It's just the way it is. Now, when you start mentioning the big homies, you being a little bit more reckless, because it don't matter where you're at. You start disrespecting them, yeah, trust me, you that's what you don't want. You don't want one of them to turn their eyes on you, because if they turn their eyes on you, motherfuckers will come get you. Like, I don't give a fuck who you think you know and who got your bag. You get one of them to focus his eye on you, and you got. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. So just, you know, refrain from saying anything. Like, it's like I said, There's a gang of Bloods that are snitches, but I don't say all Bloods are snitches. There's a gang of Crips that have snitched, but I don't say they all snitches. Your politics might be a lot different than ours because a lot more structure. Shit goes a certain way. When your paperwork hit the before we even really cool, we need to see something on you. We need to know that your shit is clean. The same if you were white. We need to know I'm ranting right now because it's kind of like, I'm trying to keep it a little bit respectful, even though I'm being a little, reckless. Not even reckless, I'm just calling it how I see it, and I'm going to shoot it from the hip. Dude, you should really slide back from saying anything about the big homies. Now you're talking about cartels and all this other shit. The shit that you see as funny is the shit that it gets you got, and that's a plain and simple fact. For one, it's if motherfuckers would get a homie for something like that, just imagine what they'll do to you. And like I said, for the people that might be, Bosco this and Bosco that, Bosco's a gangster, Bosco got beat the fuck down on camera, and that's what made him famous. You know what I'm saying? That's what made him famous. Other than that, nobody would have known who the fuck Bosco is. I don't even know how cats would want to be famous for getting beat the fuck up on camera. And don't get me wrong, anybody can get smashed on. It's just one of those things. Sometimes you win fights, sometimes you lose. Look it, dude. I grew up around homies my whole life. I grew up in my rallies. I grew up in Bokoima. I've lost fights. I've chunked them into the fucking sun went down. So I know how it is. Like, I got rallies that are big as a motherfucker. I got dudes from Pyro that I know in Compton that we used to tussle and I used to get slung around. But it's just the way it is. But don't act like you can't get touched. So you should be real careful on what you say. You can say something about one of these bum-ass rappers that are made genres that you may not like. Fine and dandy. That's on him to handle his business in his hood if it just gets that serious. But to speak on the homies, like you trying to get bodied, and you will get bodied if they turn their eye on you. Because I can guarantee you, I don't give a fuck where you at. Let one just say, hey, you know what? Dalegas on this fool, guarantee you had to move states, and there ain't really no state that you can move to that the reach ain't out there. Like you can go to the East Coast, you got homies out there. You can go anywhere in this motherfucking world, and there's homies somewhere. You can get God, and that's the thing that I find funny about these cats that are just so reckless. But understand this. This is not to incite any violence. This is just to bring awareness to cats like this, you know what I mean? To bring awareness to people that might be feeding into this cat. Because I've seen people in your comment like, oh, he's telling the truth. These are all disgruntled employees or cops on there trying to pump shit up. But at the end of the day, this dude, if it really came down on his head, he could not handle that. And his hood is not strong enough to repel that. He would have to get other cats involved in order to keep him from ending up in a body bag. You see what I'm saying? And that's all I say. Like, cats should really be careful what they say, especially when you're talking about the big homies. It's just the way it is. And trust me, if it was on, you won't even know it's coming until it's coming. I said, just be careful. People that hear this, don't feed into it. I'm not trying to incite violence. I'm not trying to get nobody in a wreck. I'm just trying to keep dudes like this from wrecking their whole career. Because, like I said, dudes can get God real easy. The same way I be moving on the street, I can get God. But I'd rather, if I'm going to get God, it's because some old gang shit or whatever, than to have somebody put a bullseye on my head. Because motherfuckers will reach out and get you. And that's all I'm saying when it comes to this dude Bosco 100. And anybody thinking about saying some garbage stuff like this, just be careful, man. Because even though you may not see certain cats get God, trust me, if somebody turn their eye on you, you got. I don't care where you at. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So my boy Bosco 100, you know what I mean? Just keep it G, dog. You know what I mean? Just refrain from saying anything about the S, and it's good. And this ain't nothing on the internet beef. I really don't have beef with you. I just think that you should just be a lot more careful on what you say, because they will get you. Somebody will get you. You're going to inflame something. You're going to say something just because that other J-Cat got away and nobody really tripping on him. You might not be the same. And trust me, the same way you got pushed on by that Asian dude, and if you were just really gangster, you would have just got off on him because he invaded your space. But I mean, come on. nobody's really gangster on the internet. Like, I'm not a gangster no more. I'm with my shit, but I'm not a gangster no more. I'm not on the street thugging it, and neither are you. Like, if that was the case, you wouldn't be walking around like that. Like, I've seen you in Vegas and here, but I'm talking about in your hood, on your block now. Like, come on, dude. Like, it's just to the homies, man. This ain't really nothing. Vultures like this run their mouth in the pen all the time. Get God, be the first one to lock it up on the door or run to the gate. Oh, this fool got it. Nah, you know the structure, so don't play like you don't. And this ain't no disrespect to no Bloods and no Crips. This is just real stuff. And dudes like this inflame real fucking violence because they don't know how to keep their mouth shut. It's like beer balls, you know, you drink a little Pruno, you get blown up. This is the type of cat that gets shit cracking for no reason. And nobody needs no wars in Los Angeles over bull. And when you get to talking about the big homies, yeah, trust me, it don't need to go there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, to Bosco 100, dude, like it. Just slide back, dog. Cause you ain't really with that life like that no more. Just be honest. I'm not even out there like that, but I'm still with my shit. You know what I mean? And this is not to be negative. It's just plain and simple fact. Slide back, dude, before you end up getting got. And it's sad because you're going to lose your life over something stupid and inflame something else. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, you know the homies, they don't weather it anyway. And will come back and come back and come back. So, you know, whatever. Just stay in your lane. Don't speak on the big homies. Don't speak on the car. Just keep it out your mouth. And nobody will speak on your car. On that note, I'm your boy Zod. You enjoy the rest of your night. I'm out.
Kneel before Zod!